You guys aren't ready. You're not ready. We're still gonna check it out though. Literally just brought it home, almost tripped. Literally just brought it home. The proud owner of a motorcycle again. Sorry for the light there. I am stoked, man. But before we jump into all the specifics around this bike, I need to take it back to the beginning. Alrighty guys, we are back from Moto Liberty. Picked up a few pieces of gear here. Again, mentioning that I picked up these pieces of gear because, kind of blew up my helmet in the wreck. My gloves were messed up and my boots were messed up, so I needed those 3 items. I do still have a textile jacket, a leather jacket, and riding pants, so didn't need to grab those. Let's run through this. Doing this a little more informally. So first up, we have the Arai Defiant X. This is their more round-shaped helmet. I used to have a Signet Q, which was the helmet I actually wore in my wreck, which saved my life. Ask anybody who rides. Arai is kind of the premier, sort of like the Ferrari of helmets, the BMW of helmets, just like that upper echelon. I think the big difference that Arai helmets have over other helmets is the interior padding. I've said this before too. Whenever you wear a higher end helmet like this, you can really, feel the difference in the padding, feel the difference in the quality of materials. Arai is one of the few manufacturers that still have handmade helmets. Every single one of the Arai's helmets are actually handmade. And you know what? It was good enough for my wreck. Didn't leave me with a concussion, even though I hit the ground about 20 feet from the air. Landed right at the top of my head. Beautiful construction, worked perfectly, so I'm trusting them again. Hopefully, will not have to use it for its intended purposes. Maybe on track I might, but for now I think this is great. I also picked it up in white because I want to kind of sticker bomb it. It works really good here in the Texas heat as well to reflect some of those rays. I've had black helmets in the past and they just felt a little hot. A couple things we're going to do on this is actually put a pin lock visor on it, kind of do this a little bit. Get a reflective visor. Obviously, we cannot be rolling around in a clear visor on the streets. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. So yeah, super stoked on this helmet. Running through the cost as well, even though this is not considered part of the bike build, I just want to be, transparent with you guys. I got this helmet at a bit of a discount because they had trouble selling it, so 12% off. Walked away with the Arai for $580.76 out the door. Up next we have the Tai Chis. These are the Raptors. This is an updated version of a glove I used to have from Tai Chi that I really, really liked. I am not a huge fan of the full gauntlet style gloves. I prefer shorty cuffed gloves like this. They just tend to fit a little bit better on me. They're a little more comfortable. I feel like I can grip the throttle and ride a little bit better with them. So that's why I went with these. I also went with them because, again, saved my life in my last wreck. Highly enjoy them. They feel great. Really usable, really great for street duty as well in the summertime because they have all this ventilation. We'll see how it performs. We're coming up in the cold season here. Should be okay. Never really had an issue with gloves like that. I do have a pair of winter gloves, but I wanted a pair of new street gloves. I like the red little accents on these. I think that's pretty cool. Let's focus in on that. $94.95 out the door for those. And last but not least, got a new pair of boots here. My last pair of boots, the CDs, were unfortunately also destroyed in my accident. They had a huge rip here in the side, which sucked because I just bought those, but they did their intended purpose. These are the SMX 6s, I believe. Yeah, these are the SMX 6 version 2. This is a great sort of like sport boot that you can also wear on the track. Have toe protection, ankle protection, heel protector right here as well. Full boot, great for street duty, great for track work, which is why I got them because I do intend on going back to the track. And I wanted a boot that could kind of do it all. Part of me wanted to get a more short cuffed boot, more street oriented, but then I was like, well, I'm gonna have to buy a track spec boot anyways. I was like, so I might as well get one of these and just, use it for street and track duty. God, it's got the Velcro on it, full zip up right here. Revzilla probably has a detailed breakdown on this boot rather. So super stoked on these. Yep, it was $1,039 for this gear. Guys, can't stress it enough, you cannot cheap out on gear. You buy the best amount of gear you can afford at the time. Try to, really make sure that your budget's on point, because nothing's more valuable than your life. For my wreck, I'm really glad that I was wearing literally the nicest gear I could possibly wear at the time. It was full suit, Arai helmet, Dainese gloves, CD boots, literally almost, instead of having an airbag suit, highest level protection. I do intend on buying an airbag suit actually for my next track suit. We'll see, I need to see the fitment on that, but super stoked on this gear. We have actually launched the poll today, so by the time you guys see this episode, we'll know what bike we're picking, so I'll kind of edit that in on this video. But Patreon is still open, you still have chances to win this bike. Don't feel discouraged if you didn't get in early enough to help choose the bike. We're still democratically choosing what mods we're doing, what aesthetic mods we're doing as well, what repairs we might do. This is still very people powered, but we are getting very close to picking a motorcycle, and by the time you watch this video, we will have picked a bike and I will announce it at the end. Another thing just occurred to me, we need to fix and kind of spruce up the garage a little bit to make some space for the bike, set up a little studio in there. So let's go do that. So as you'll see as we enter the garage, there's a good amount of space in here. Luckily for me, last year I set up these lights and painted it in here. So this is actually a really cool space to work in. But I've since put a small weight set right here in this space. So what we're gonna do is move this out of the way and set this kind of up for the bikes. I'm pretty sure I can keep the Z in its spot. It is taking up a lot of space, but I think if we just park it a little bit further back, somewhere, there's quite a bit of space back here. We can easily push it up a little bit back here, and then that gives us a ton of working space here for the bike. So let's do it. All right guys, so here's where we're at with the studio setup for the bike. As you can see, I have two really good lights up top here, and I set up my two studio lights in here as well. Bike is gonna sit right over here, right in this slot right over here. I still plan on keeping the Z inside of the garage just because, well, to be honest, I just paid it off this year, and I don't really want to have my most expensive asset sitting outside there. Asset is a loose term as it depreciates heavily over time. But, so bike is gonna sit over there while we're not working on it. And when we are working on it, it's gonna sit right here in the middle where my bike's used to sit. So it'll just be right here in the middle. We'll be cranking away at it. Got these well lit, and we'll be good to go. Ridge is a new sponsor for the Yammie channel. I'm super stoked to work with them. They actually sent over this wallet for me. Honestly, been looking for a wallet like this for a long time. If you're like me, I like wearing more slim fitting clothes, and so, a big bulky wallet just kind of looks silly when you're putting it in your back pocket or your front pocket. And right now you can get 10% off your order by using the code Yammie at checkout. Go to ridgewallet.com/Yammie, get started. Seriously guys, these are the best. This is the best wallet I've ever owned. I'm not even kidding. Like, this thing is super nice. I'm not saying that because they sponsor the channel. I'm saying that because I genuinely, if I'd known about this wallet, would have bought it. So this is it, guys. This is the bike we will be working on. This bike was chosen by the 70 some odd patrons that voted on it between a list of 5 different bikes. I'll actually run through the different bikes we chose between. So about a week ago when this series started, all the patrons were coming into the Discord server, chatting with everyone. So what they did was they went through the DFW's Craigslist and determined which bikes we'd want to work on, right? There's a lot of stuff to sift through at the price points that we laid out. I kind of did a controversial thing a little bit in that I decided that we were not going to do like a silly mobility scooter, a stretch thing. It just felt a little too goofy. I wanted to do something real. And so the 5 finalist motorcycles were a 2006 Suzuki GS500, great platform, tons of support, a 1982 Yamaha XJ650, a 1994 Kawasaki KLR 650. We had a 1977 Yamaha RD400, didn't have a title though, which was kind of a deal breaker for a lot of people. Then we had the Honda CB919 Hornet, great platform, and a 2015 Honda CBR 300R, a little single cylinder beginner bike. By a wide margin, this bike received 57% of the votes, so it won by a comfortable margin and became our project motorcycle. I literally just picked this thing up about 30 minutes ago, met up with the guy, Eric. If you're watching this, you're gonna be in the vlog. Let's cut to him.
So tell the world, what's your name?
My name's Eric.
Live in Texas. We live in Sherman. I got, you know, wife, 3 kids.
So Eric is here with me. We are doing the build series on this bike. This is the one we're doing right here. This is a Honda 919, CB919. I was looking it up online. They call it a CB900F, right? Is that technically the name of it, or is it the CB919?
No, the 900F, I think the 900F is the American version.
Yeah.
And then this 919 Hornet is where everywhere else got it. So it's pretty much the same exact motorcycle.
Dude, it's been really funny though, because like I told people about this bike and like it has like a soft spot for everyone. They're like, oh, the 919, like I love it. Like, yeah, dude. It's like a super underrated bike.
When I first got it, I was taking it up to Maxim Honda in Allen, and one of the guys there was trying to buy parts off of it from me. He was like, are you gonna keep that bike? Are you gonna part it out? Like, I was like, I just bought it. Like, I plan to keep it.
Yeah.
He was trying to buy my pipes off me. Like, he has one. He said he had like 4. And he loves them. Everybody I know loves them. He's extremely truthful and forthcoming about the issues and concerns it has with the bike. We're gonna kind of be diving into all of those later as we do the episodes. There's already a couple things that need to be addressed on this motorcycle. There is a bit of a knock coming from the engine due to some valve issues. The throttle is really sticky. There's some cosmetic issues on it as well that we're gonna address, but ultimately, that's going to be decided by the patrons of this show. So we are actually live right now, going through. I literally just updated everyone live that I just picked it up. So it's been really fun kind of chatting with everybody and letting them know that we officially have a motorcycle for the build. And yeah, like we're actually going to go through now and decide like what mods we want to do, what you know, repairs need to be done versus should be done, anything we want to change on it. And again, this is to show you guys that you can go out. I literally picked this thing up for $1,500, right? I spent $1,500, title in hand. This motorcycle is mine now, right? Craigslist is amazing. I think it's a very, very undervalued service. So let's take a quick look around the bike while I have you here. So I think one of the things I want to make abundantly clear is this is a project bike, guys. This is not a perfect motorcycle by any means. This cost me $1,500 again. And I think for $1,500, it runs, it works, and it's doing its job. Obviously, you know, it does have some wear and tear. It's not a perfect thing. So we're gonna fix that. This is a big motorcycle though, I will give it that. This thing weighs, I think, about 485 pounds according to the previous owner, Eric. So it is by no means a lightweight motorcycle, but it has a very planted feel from the little amount that I rode it. So yeah, super stoked. Let's take a close-up look. It is obviously a little bit dirty. That's not, you know, low side or anything like that. Eric did let me know that it was dropped one time, so it will need a new horn. Unfortunately, not a big deal, super easy to fix. So yeah, I mean, other than that, it looks to be in pretty decent shape. Again, this is a project motorcycle. It was bought literally sight unseen. It was not a situation where, you know, we needed it to be perfect or anything like that. But, you know, $1,500 gets you 919 cubes of 4-cylinder Japanese goodness. So that is pretty sick. So yes, it is true. I'm actually giving away this motorcycle at the end of this whole series. So if you'd like to join up and contribute to the Patreon, you'll win additional opportunities to win this motorcycle. You'll get to join up on the Discord server, chat with all of us, and just have a really good time. This is gonna be awesome. I'm super stoked to have a bike back in the garage, super stoked to be getting my hands dirty, wrenching on something. So I'm ready to go, man, I'm ready to go. So we'll start her up really quick here. Make sure we're neutral. So it's cracking a little bit. She ain't perfect, guys, but she's gonna do the job. Jesus Christ.